Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Better Mind Podcast. My name is Bishop Net, well known as Bokang Net Mohapi. BK, they call me BK. Others they call me BK, others they call me Bishop Net, others they even call me Mohapi. Either way, it's fine. I don't have a problem with names. As long as you call my name correct, I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, by the way, today we're going to be discussing a lot of things. There's a lot to talk about today, especially because of what we discussed last of last week. Yeah, it was last of last week on the other episode. I think it was episode 7. So there's a lot that we spoke about in that podcast. So people actually asked the question that can we cover this, can we cover that? But let me just give you a little bit of my background, who is Bokang or who is Net, so that you can know who I am, so that you can also know that I'm a musician, because I think a lot of people don't even know that I'm a musician because they think I'm only into media and stuff like that. I am a musician. I have been a musician since from at an early young age. But by the way, how I started playing music, Wow. I still remember the day. I can't remember whether it was Tuesday, but I still remembered it like it was yesterday. Well, I think I was standing next to my cousin brother. He was playing keyboard. He was playing. And man, enjoying him playing, enjoying watching him. And this other day, because he used to practice at home, he used to rehearse at home. The other day I asked him, can you teach me a song? And he was like, okay, cool, let me show you a song. I remember it was on F sharp. Yeah. The song was Ageko Onjengawe, Ageko Njengawe, but Mabudi Mupina Eli. He taught me that song, and I remember the following week I took the keyboard and I started practicing the same song. Like I didn't care about homeworks. I didn't care about going to play soccer with friends. I just wanted to play keyboard. And that's how it started. And later on, because at church now I used to connect sound. So after connecting sound, I will go on the keyboard, put strings while they were praying. The way they used to do intercession. And while they were doing intercession at church, then I will start playing strings. Same song, I will play it slow because that was the only song that I could play. And yeah, man, that's how it started. And later on, the pastor's wife was like, okay, cool, you know how to play? I was like, no, I'm trying. And she was like, no, play for Sunday school, because I was still young. I was still in Sunday school. She was like, no, play for Sunday school. And then they decided to render, Sunday school decided to render items every Sunday at church. And then they gave me a lot of CDs to go and practice some of the songs in those CDs. I remember one of the songs was Father Abraham had many sons, what, Abraham, something like that. That song, that's the song that actually I started playing in Sunday school. Because now I was the MD of the Sunday school. You see what I'm talking about, levels. But yeah, then the pastors had me playing also, and he was like, no ways, you have a talent. He discovered the talent at an early young age. He was like, there is no way that you can only play for Sunday school. I'm taking you to play for worshiping team. Worshiping team is a bigger stage. I was like, no ways. But because my brother was already playing at the worshiping team, it was very much easier for me to join. But it was not easy. One day I'm gonna share the struggle of becoming the part of the worshiping team in the church. One day I'm gonna because today I don't wanna go to politics, but I just want to share my story where I come from with music. But that's how I started playing music. And yeah, this other day, so we had one keyboard at church, of which because now I was already playing, like I could play, but now my worry was like, I want to play every Sunday. Now they only allow me to play one song per Sunday. I'm like, no ways. And then my brother decided to buy a bass guitar. And he said, okay, because I see you have a talent, you love this keyboard thing, let me rather go and focus on bass. And then you can focus on piano, on keyboard. I was like, cool. And then he bought a bass and then he started practicing a bass. But because he was working, this other day, I stole his bass. Imagine. He left keyboard for me, now I'm stealing his bass. I stole his bass to go and practice bass. No one taught me how to play bass. I remember I just took the bass and then I started playing. So it was very much easier because I understand. I was a keyboard player, so I could understand the notes and stuff like that. And that's how it started. I took the bass. Now because I was stealing, I didn't want anyone to hear me that I'm playing bass. But this other brother from the church heard me playing and he was like, there is no way that I'm gonna let you not to go and play bass at church this Sunday. Then we arranged bass amp on Sunday. We took bass and I started playing bass at church. I mean, band was complete. There was a drummer, there was a bass, there was a keyboard player. Man, it was so nice at church. Everyone was enjoying. That's how I started my musical journey. If I can tell you, I think it was at the age of 13. I was 13 or 11, somewhere there, 12, yeah, somewhere there, at that age. So now because I was enjoying bass, now because I got crazy because I was the first learner, the other day I decided to learn drums. Then I started playing drums. I started learning drums, and I remember I started playing drums at church. The funny story is, actually, when I went to music, when I got to a music industry, I was playing drums, not bass or keyboard. And a lot of people don't know this because now I can't really play drums. Hey, I can't. I just know how to hold a beat. I can teach how to play, but not really, to really play it. But, you see, because our community was very small. I grew up in a very small community, Porky. It's a very small community, so there's no much activities that are happening in the community. So me being me, I always used to love doing things. I was very active in the community. Remember now I'm doing music, I can play piano, I can play bass, I can play drums. I think there was a stage where I wanted to go and play lead guitar, but it didn't really happen. I just know how to play a few chords on guitar. It didn't really happen. But I remember in Porky, there was this group, man. I can't remember the name of the group, but I remember Ubaba Makosini. Yeah, Ndatema Kosini, he was one of the members, and the late Gasela, he was one of the members of the group. Man. The group was a jazz group, and this other genre, is it tradition? I can't remember, but yeah, the Soul Brother genre. What is that? The genre? Yeah, something I can't remember. I can't remember. I'm not a Zulu. So, but they used to rehearse Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Friday late, and then Saturday late, Sunday late, and they were rehearsing same street where I used to stay. Now I will hear every week. I'm telling you, because now music, I was familiar with music. I will go there every week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I am there. But they didn't allow me to play, unfortunately, because they didn't know me. But this other day, I learned a trick. So now, because they were like people, they were like people who will drink also there. It will be nice, and I will wait for the old man to go to the bathroom, and then I'll go to the piano. I'll go to the piano and started playing. So now they didn't know gospel. They didn't really play gospel, but they were just people. Now they were like, oh, you know how to play. I remember they were, oh, you know how to play. No, nice, man. You must join the band so that we can teach you our genre, so that we can teach you jazz and stuff like that. And then later I joined the band. Luckily they mentored me. I remember they mentored me. Even how I used to play wrong. How I used to hold bass, it was very wrong. Now they taught me all those things. But that man really played a huge role. Even Casella, the late Casella, they played a huge role in my music. So like you see, I already mentioned 3 people that really played a major role in grooming me. My brother was one of the people Philemon and Gasela Bamakosini. You know, they identify, even at church, man. I mean, even my pastor, they identify the talent and they said, no, you, this thing, you are born to be a musician. But now, just to cut the long story short, I met other people, you know, as time goes. You know, I remember this other day, I got a call in from Soweto. I got a call from one of my brother that I really respect, and I respect for what he did for me, for the contribution he did on my life, and his name is Zweli Mkuma. I remember I received a call from him, and he phoned me. I was like, hey, we are looking for a bass player. Can you come and help us? They had a conference in Soweto. I think it was in Shawela. Then I was like, okay, cool. It's fine. It was even my first time going to Soweto. I didn't know Soweto. Remember, I was still young. Then I went to Soweto. I met friendly people. I worked with them, the band, everyone, almost everyone. They treated me so well. And I was like, no ways, I'm not going back to Poriki. Now I could, you know, hear music outside Poriki. Yeah, my journey actually started there. Because now I got people who were already doing music and exposed to music. Some were not really musicians, but they understood music, how music works. Yeah, so I remember when I joined the church in Soweto, they decided that I must play drums. And there is this guy called Mbonga that was like, no ways, I didn't know you can play drums. I was like, no, I'm just learning. And he was like, no, don't you want to join a group here in Soweto? We have a group, and I think that was the first group that I joined outside Porky, outside my township, Porky, and the group. I can't remember the name of the group. I tried as much as I can to remember the names of the groups that I worked with, but I can't remember, unfortunately. But now I joined the group. Now I'm playing drums. Now we started doing gigs. And you can imagine I'm still at school. I can't even focus. I remember I even failed my grade 10. I failed my grade 10. I was doing physical science. Now I'm busy doing music. It doesn't balance. I must now think of, I can't even remember what we were doing at school because I'm a music person. So now, working with those guys in Mbonga, I can't remember the name of the group. It was a great exposure to me because now that's when I started, growing musically. Because now I remember I was now playing outside my township, outside Poriki in Soweto. Soweto is very big. But yeah, that's basically how almost everything started. If I can cover everything, I won't finish now. So I'm trying to make it very, very short because there's a lot that we still need to speak about. But yeah, I think from Soweto, I can say churches where they played a major role because you see, when you play at church, you meet with people, different people. That's why sometimes we get bookings. But I remember I moved to stay in Soweto, in Dlamini. Well, wow, man, I still remember staying in Soweto, Dlamini. I met a lot of musicians. I remember at church, at some point we had a conference, and then I was the main pianist. But because big artists were coming, they said, no ways, we can't risk allowing you to play with for big artists. And I remember Zaza was coming, Hot was coming. Yeah, a lot of guys from, few guys from Spirit of Praise were coming. And Bongani Nkosi came. I remember I joined, he came to join our rehearsals. And I got to play next to him because I was playing second keys. I got to meet the guy. I got to meet the guy. And you know how happy I was to meet the guy? Because he was a big artist. He was already playing for Spirit of Praise, sorry. He was already playing for Spirit of Praise, and I met the guy. And in the band, they were good guys. They were good musicians. I don't want to lie. They were good musicians. I remember in our band, we used to have Smanga, we used to have Vuyo. Yeah, a lot of Umbrella, a lot of guys, man, were playing with us at Rejoice Bible Church in full. And yeah, man, you know, I remember I was still transposing at that time. And I remember Bongan looking at me, I was like, "Bra, you must stop transposing." I was like, I went to him after the event. I was like, "Bra, can you teach me? Can you show me?" And he was like, "No, hey, yeah, I'm gonna show you." He just showed me a few things on the keyboard. Yeah, you must do, must. But one of the things that I remember was like, stop using transpose. Stop using transpose. And from that day, because now I could see that I am actually close to my music breakthrough. So I was like, I'm going to stop transposing. I went home and I started practicing. And I remember at home, we used to stay not far from Brakaya Mahlangu. So we will walk to Kaya Mahlangu's house. He used to, a lot of young people used to go there. Some play guitar, some play bass, and then he will show us some songs, and they will allow us to play. There was always a music thing that is happening at his house, and man, I don't wanna lie, Soweto was one of the best places musically that I can say my exposure or my breakthrough started, because if I didn't go to Soweto, there was no one who was going to tell me to stop using transpose. I was still going to be comfortable in my transpose. But since I was there, the guys told me, stop using transpose, practice, check. So there was a pressure, because our worshiping team was actually very big. Very, very big in terms of music, because there was a lot of guys who were from Spirit of Praise already, who were singing in the choir. Even the band, I mean, the guys were already big guys. It was only me, the weakest link. So it was me the problem in the whole band. Everyone was but that actually helped me to go and practice, to go and play and practice at home. Yeah, but other than that, that's how my musical journey started. I know I'm not gonna finish speaking about my musical journey, but I think I worked with a lot of people in church, and later on I got to be booked outside church, but almost everything started in church. Moving from Soweto to Katlehong, I played at Change Bible Church. Wow, it was my first big church. Change Bible Church. Yeah, man, I got to play with someone that I've been idolizing for many years, Mr. Ngobe Gombata. I remember first day, but how I got to play there, let me just explain how I got to play there. So I met Uputis Fiso Kanyile. I met him. I think he was selling his CDs, and I gave him a call to say, look, I need a CD. And then he came to Soweto, because I was staying in Soweto. He came to Soweto, and he gave me, I bought his CD from me. I remember one song from his CD, and someone stole my CD. But there was this song, it was my favorite. It says, music is everywhere you go. That was my favorite song in the album. Yeah, so no. By the way, before Putis Fiso, Mtutuzi, my friend, started playing during the week for midweek services. While he was playing, he phoned me, said, look, we don't have a bassist. Don't you want to come and help us to play bass? I went to the church. First day, I remember, it was nice playing in a bigger stage. nice things. So yeah, but it was not really that nice. I don't wanna lie. There was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure because I didn't know the songs. I didn't know, I didn't know. I was a growing bassist. I was a bassist. Hey, you see now, drama, bassist, keyboard. I'm just mixing. Now I was playing bass. Had changed. Well, now I was chatting with Mr. Sfiso. While we were chatting, I told him that I'm at your church and I'm playing here. He was like, "No, man, you need to come on Sundays. Come and play on Sundays." I'm like, "How? Play on Sundays?" Just like that. He was like, "But you need to come for auditions. Come so that we can hear you. I'm gonna introduce you to Mr. Ngobeko." And I went for auditions, but unfortunately I didn't audition that day because I was just sitting and they didn't see me. Actually, I was hiding myself because I was afraid, hey, I can't audition in front of these big names. But luckily I got to meet with Mr. Ngobeko. Hey man, it was like a dream because I was idolizing the guy for a long time. From Joyous, seeing him on Joyous, he's the guy that was actually motivating me to play every CD, every new CD of Joyous. I used to buy it just for him, just for that guy, to listen to him. I remember in Joyous 11 he played Great Is Your Name. Hey, I used to check that song, and I even now I can't really play the way he played that song. But yeah, man, just to cut the long story short, I got to meet with Mr. Mbata. I got to meet with the band members. I remember at the band we had Tingeko who was the main bass player, and there was Lunile, and there was Spiwe, and there was Genius, there was there were a lot of guys actually that I met at Change, and working with them actually helped me to even grow more. And here is one thing that people don't know: when you play with big names, normally people think you can play. That's how I got bookings. People booked me for recordings. People booked me for tours. I started doing tours just because I'm playing with big names. They didn't waste time. So remember, we didn't really take pictures, but we used to, after the service, after church, I will type, I just played with Ngobeko, from at the church, and on Monday, hey bro, where are you? People book me. But yeah, this is who I am. And I cannot mention all the people that I worked with, that I sessioned with, that I worked with in the music industry. A lot of artists that I worked with, because I won't finish. We're trying to make this interview to be 30 minutes. I believe on the other interviews I'll try to cover all the guys that I've worked with. So yeah, on 2015, I left the music industry. I remember I did my last gig, and it was nice. It was a nice gig. I still remember the guys in the band, the Tato and Tulani, Mwato on guitar. Yeah, man, it was a nice gig. I think we had Amanda, Lebs Khobela, William Sijaki. I played for those guys, and after that, I think I decided, no, I quit. I'm leaving the music, this music, because now, well, I encountered a lot of problems. Even though it was a nice journey, but it was not what I thought it is. It was, because I thought people who are on TV are rich people. I used to think that. I used to think, because we are seeing you on TV, which means you have money. So unfortunately, when I got to meet the guys who are in the industry, we are seeing on TV, and I got to see them, these people actually, they don't have money, it's just that fame. And I was like, no way, me, I love money. Me, I love money. So did I make a wrong choice? I think that's when I started to take a step back and say, no what? No ways, I'm leaving, I'm quitting. And I remember I left the music industry, but I decided to do music business. I never studied music business. Yeah, I studied a little bit of music theory, but I never really studied music business. But I had to teach myself, I had to learn. Started doing events, started, managing artists. I used to manage artists up and coming. Yeah, it was a struggle because when you don't have money, it is a struggle to run music business. But in 2016, I decided to revisited my vision, the vision that I used to have, I think from 2010 when we started Omni. Yeah. Then I decided to, I don't know what we call it, because I don't know, I cannot say we formed Omni 2016, but it was a continuation of what we had started already, but things didn't work out, so we did it again. We started it again. Omni started, it kept me busy, very, very busy. But still, there was no money. The group kept me busy. I was up and down, spending even my money on it, but it didn't really give me money. Because any project that you do doesn't give you money, it's a waste. As much as it's passion, you need to balance. Your passion must also give you money. And me, I speak freely about money because money is something that we use every day. So you cannot say I cannot speak about money. I speak about money everywhere, church, everywhere, home, I speak money. But yeah, Omni started and it did very, very well. We had our challenges in the group. We had our ups and downs, but I still really appreciate the members, the founding members of the group. Even from the previous one, we had those founding members. Pastor Stooley was he's the one who actually named the group Omni. I really appreciate those people because they helped me to grow the vision. Even the guys that joined us in 2016, like the likes of Kosi, the likes of Kolisa, the likes of Teboho, the likes of Gift, and many other guys that joined later. I really appreciate the work that they did, because without them there was not gonna be any group. Yeah, the group growed. And the good news is, while I'm still speaking about the group, the good news is that the group is coming back. We took a break because of COVID. COVID affected almost everyone. Everyone was affected by COVID. Now we are coming, and we are coming full force. I took a break from music, trying to learn how the business side of music works. So now I think I am ready. I am ready to revisit the vision, to start all over, start afresh. I think I've posted that I've posted a poster that we are actually doing auditions, but we are going to do things differently this time. Yes, we are going to do auditions, but there are some other ideas that I think they're gonna work. Because I think also our approach was wrong at first, where we will take any singer, whether you know how to sing, whether you don't know how to sing, we'll just take you. And that actually affected Omni, affected the brand. Because now we are treating the brand like a worshiping team. You see, a worshiping team is different from a group. So we treated the group like a worshiping team. We will take everyone. Even the auditions that we did were not actually, auditions that we can say they were productive. And also the managers, people who were managing the group, were people who were dedicated, who had passion to learn, but they were not really, they really didn't know how to manage or how to run the group. That's why I said 2020, let's take a break. Let's take a break. We didn't fire people. No one was fired. I said, let's take a break. Other people made their choices to say, no, okay, we're taking a break. No, blah, 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 blah. But no one was fired from the group. If other people wish to come who are qualified, who wish to come back to Omni Praise who are qualified, obviously we're not going to take everyone because we don't want to repeat the mistakes that we did. You don't know how to sing. We have to come and teach you how to sing. We don't want to, we don't want to start from the foundation, because the foundation is already there. I mean, the group has been into one gospel. The group has been into Lesotho. We have traveled with the group. So the foundation is there. But now we need to take it further. Take it further. So I'm just saying this live on TV, live on this podcast, that Omni Praise is coming back, and is coming back full force. It's coming full force. And yeah, I wrote a lot of songs for Omni Praise. I wrote beautiful music for Omni Praise, and yeah, we are coming full force. So yeah, those are the good news that I have for Omni Praise. By the way, it's still gonna be managed by Hapitainment. It's still gonna be under Hapitainment, because before we also tried it, we tried the other ways for the group to be independent, but that didn't work. But now we are saying Hapitainment is gonna manage it. Yeah, the team that I have at Hapitainment is gonna manage the group. Those are the good news. And the good news is that now we are grown, and we are not grown only musically, but we are also grown financially, because starting a group without money is also a waste, because now these things need money. Back then I didn't have money. I'm not saying I have a lot of money. I'm not saying I have money. No, I'm not saying I have a lot of money, but money is there now. I cannot cry with everyone. I don't cry now. At first we used to cry for transport. Now I cannot cry for transport. God has really opened other ways, other means of me making money, because I do quite a lot of things. My businesses are growing. I have businesses now almost in South Africa and Lesotho. We are busy in Malawi as well. So things are shaping up. We are seeing results. So money won't be an issue now. At first, money was an issue. You understand? So to build a group without money, it's also a problem. But yeah, the comeback is gonna be very strong. It's gonna shock many people. All right, guys, please do subscribe to their YouTube channel. I think their music is there. The 3 songs that I've written, they are there on YouTube, that we have recorded, I think 2018 or 17. We recorded our EP, our first EP album. So the music is there, it's loaded there. Yeah, and you can also follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're gonna create our TikTok now, because before there was no TikTok before Omni Praise. Yeah. But also, guys, thank you very much. This is gonna be very, very long, so we don't wanna also keep it very long. But I just wanted to show you about my life so that you can know who I am, because a lot of people, they don't know. This is not even half of who I am. I think it's just a smaller piece of who Bishop Net is. I believe in the next podcast we'll also cover some of the things, some of the people that I worked with, that I admire in the music industry, that helped me in the music industry, because there's a lot to share. But I won't finish now. So yeah, please do subscribe to Better Mind Podcast. The podcast is growing. I'm happy. I'm so excited by the love that you are showing to us. Thank you, guys. Please continue to subscribe, continue to share. Also remember that click button. Click that click button, so that you can have notifications every time when we upload new content. So other than that, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Always remember that it is possible to achieve what you want to achieve in life. So with those words, I just want to encourage you. May the Lord bless you. Amen.